Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at Webman today. Just got him in the mail. I kind of feel like I'm saying that a lot lately. A lot of really cool deliveries coming in, even though we keep hearing about the delayed shipments and cargo ships and all these things. But a lot of cool stuff still coming in nonetheless. And Webman is one of them. So our friend comes with 2 pair of additional hands, 6 hands total fists. He has these really cool emotive Spider-Man kind of like holding onto surfaces hands, very nice, and he's got the web slinging hands. Inserted design, which would be this. Nice little piece of artwork. I'm feeling it. Picked this guy up purely because of how he looked, you know, the aesthetic of the color combo with him. I thought it was really cool, that powder blue, sky blue with the red, really nice. So I was like, let me check him out. He looks like a cool Spidey. Plus, I like the fact that he came with these additional hands. And I was like, wow, extra hands. Very nice. On the back, some more cool artwork. I really like that color palette. I really like it. It looks really cool. And it is showing us that his hands are swappable. A product of Dr. Doom's twin machine. Webman is the opposite of Spider-Man in every way. Let's skip the couple down. Un producto de la twin machine del Dr. Doom. Webman es lo opuesto al hombre araña en todos los sentidos. So that one was Spanish, or some, you know, kind of Spanish. So I was able to read that one. Not too shabby. And this is a 2021 release. So yeah. So it's not going to be easy getting this guy out of the package without ruining the beautiful purple background. Because the card is underneath, the plastic is underneath the cardboard. But what I did last time is that I used my box cutter to cut along the top here without damaging the artwork on the card. I did that with my vintage Venom, and it worked really well. And it seems to be working here. Very nice. So I just wanted to show that because there is a little bit of hope for this style of packaging in terms of keeping them recardable, if that's even a word. If you wanted to recard them. It's not perfect, you know, not the most seamless system, but I will be able to get this guy back into this blister with a little care, like so, you know. It's not brand new, it's not mint, sealed, and boxed, but that's okay. Sometimes you want to just be able to restore a figure, and this is working for me in this case. So yeah, we already got them out of the package. So let me just get the accessories out. All right, starting right out in a dynamic pose using the reachy, grabby, touchy hands. That's what I'm gonna call them, the reachy, touchy, grabby hands that he uses to stick to surfaces. I really like that. I haven't seen that in a Marvel Legends Spider-Man figure before. It might exist. I just don't have one that has these kind of hands. Very nice. I'm feeling that pose. He's got the butterfly joints, and we're using them here. And that thing has a tremendous amount of range in the back. We're using the deep ankle rocker. He's got great range forward and back with those ankles. We're using some of the thigh cut, and we're using one part of the double jointed knee. We're going deep with the ab crunch. And here we can just see the socket for the butterfly joint and how deep it goes. And so we're able to get a lot of range back with this arm here. He's got a peg in his back. I'm not really sure for what. He doesn't come with anything else. Anybody know what these pegs are for on some of these Marvel Legends figures? I have a Venom with pegs on his trapezius muscles up here. Not sure what that was about. But as you can see with the butterfly joint in the front It has a very large socket also, so you can get some deep range forward. Really nice. Very, very cool. He has really great joints. I like the hips on Marvel Legends figures, the joint that they decided to go with, that design. It's just really sturdy, and you never get the impression that it's going to break easily. Some of the other figs in the 1/12 scale, they have a really wonky hip joint, and it's not fun. But just to give you some looks at the range in the ankles, we have one up, one down. So that's some pretty good range. He's got a cut at the boot or at the calf, which we were also activating a little bit on that pose. He comes with the one head portrait. And that peg has a tremendous amount of range. And he doesn't sit so far down on the peg that you can't really make a lot of use of that range, because look at that. That is some great range. And then if you get some ab crunch in it, you really got him looking almost up from a hip down position. So that's pretty impressive. All right, we've got Webman over here throwing a massive web ball, you know, in the Shuriken style of Street Fighter, Ken and Ryu. Webman is just letting off a mega blast of a web ball there. Maybe something to kind of like snag the Hulk or a figure of that kind of scale. Bam! I like those emotive hands. They look really, really cool. Very, very cool. As I was moving him around to get him into this pose, his joints feel really great. The knees don't feel wobbly at all. The elbows, as usual with Marvel Legends, they're pretty tight and sturdy. Really cool, really cool. Nice little pose here. And I'm making a lot of use of those butterfly joints. It's kind of hard to see his hands here because it kind of gets lost in all the webbing. That's pretty interesting. Nice stuff, nice stuff. All right, let's see what else we can get going on here. All right, this is definitely not the most natural looking pose, but I like the fact that he's able to get down there and get on his fingertips, and that's pretty impressive on both hands. That is pretty cool that those extra hands add that extra layer of posing for him. It's a really nice feature, a nice simple shot. Very cool, very emotive. Those hands really do add a lot with the fingers flared out like that. Nice stuff, nice stuff. All right, let's see what else we can get going on out of our friend here. Or maybe he's not our friend because he's obviously not our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He's going to be the opposite. So he's going to be the mean, not from your neighborhood Webman. Pretty cool. Very, very nice. Very emotive. Very Spider-Man-esque, or Webman-esque in this case. I'm digging it. I was trying to go for the dramatic superhero landing, or in this case, the dramatic evil villain landing. But it came out with this kind of like more of a split look. Hey, that looks all right. That looks pretty cool. Ooh, I like that. Try to adjust this a bit. There we go. There we go. I can rotate that down just a bit. Nice. Very nice. All right, but let's go ahead and try to see if we can do that particular pose. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. I like it. I like it. It's not easy to get, or not possible, I should say, to get the head looking directly at the camera, even though that's not too shabby either. I stand corrected. Where to go? I should have tried harder. Nicely done. Webman looking really cool. I'm feeling him. I'm feeling him. I like the open emotive hands. Very nice. That's a nice shot right there too. Super cool. Super cool. So for today's themed comparison, we're going to keep it in the family. And I'm going to bring out a couple of other Marvel Comics vintage action figures that I have. I'm going to bring out my vintage Venom, my vintage collection Venom, I should say. And he is one of the awesome figures that got delivered during this difficult time for cargo ships. And look at how massive he looks next to Webman. That is awesome. I'm also going to bring out Marvel Comics vintage Marvel's Mysterio. Inside the package, and the helmet and the cape is removable. So that's absolutely remarkable, right? That's done in this particular scale of a figure. So really awesome. And that is it. That is the full extent of my Marvel vintage collection so far. And I really love the trio that I have. Really cool. Very fun stuff. Until next time, take care.